Hey guys, my name is Jonathan Yesquez, and this is going to be a different type of video than what I usually make. I don't really talk about much of my personal life since I feel like people just really wouldn't care. And I'm currently 25 years old and I've never had a girlfriend. I've been alone for a very, very long time. In fact, 25 years is a quarter of a century, if you guys didn't know. And during that time, I've experienced a lot of loneliness, heartbreaks, ghostings, and more recently, let on, And I feel like this is kind of the only place I can talk about this kind of stuff. And yeah, I've been kind of thinking about this for a while, and yeah, I'm kind of ready to tell everyone of my experience of loneliness, or my experience of never really having a girlfriend. I feel like one of the reasons why I think I've never really succeeded in getting a girlfriend or a relationship is because back in 8th grade, there used to be this girl named I was in middle school at the time, and I thought she was really pretty, I would try to talk to her. I had her in 2 classes, 1st and 7th period. And I guess through some small talk, I was able to talk to her, and eventually we somewhat became friends, or at least I thought I became friends with her. In reality, she probably never really saw me as a friend. And eventually I would see her in the cafeteria, and I would talk to her. She would sometimes be with her friends, her annoying friends that she used to talk to. In fact, one of her friends actually married my cousin, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But every day, I would try to just talk to her, in lunch. It was kind of awkward because it would just be me and her friends. I was literally the only guy in the group. Looking back at it now, I'm surprised no one didn't say anything about it, or they didn't just prevented me from sitting there, or kick me out. I'm surprised they didn't really done that, And so one day, I guess it was near the end of 2012, which is over a decade ago, 11 years ago. This is before Christmas break. And yeah, this was some time ago. And one day I just told her my feelings. I confessed to her that I had a crush on her. And it turned out that she happened to have a boyfriend at the time. And it sucked, I got rejected. And after that, she told her friends about it. And yeah, most likely she told everyone. And after that, I just never really bothered talking with another girl, Not sure if she told everybody else outside of her friends. Most likely she did. I don't think nobody didn't really knew. I don't know why I have this thing in my mind where I could be delusional sometimes. I don't know why I make up this lie that she told everyone about it, and then people were just laughing at me or just making fun of me, but in reality she probably never even told that many people, only her friends and maybe 2 or 3 more other people than outside of that. But I don't know why I just been so lost in my mind that I actually believe that everyone knew about that, and that got me really anxious and stuff like that, And that was the first time I ever got rejected by a girl, and the first time in a long time, for the longest time, I ever shot my shot with a girl, So that was that, we talked a couple times here and there, but it just wasn't the same after that. After 8th grade, I never saw her again, and I'm kind of glad she went to high school. And yeah, that was it for her. In high school, I never really talked to any girls, at all. I was just always by myself, alone. I just never really bothered trying to talk to any, you know. I really wish I had the confidence and the social skills, you know. But I guess like, cause like she rejected me, you know. I feel like everyone else is gonna reject me, you know, cause I always have and always did have the thought that I've always looked kind of hideous, like the way that I look, you know. Like I'm not the best looking guy, but like I'm a little, like, what's the word? I know there's a word for that, but I'll get back to that in a second. But I always thought like I always like talk down to myself, saying like I'm this ugly person, you know. And that would always bring me down, you know. Like I would see other girls with other guys who were much better looking than me, you know, in high school and in college, you know. And so all throughout high school, I didn't talk to anybody. College rolled by, I didn't talk to not one single girl there. And yeah, you know. But like the thing is, that was only during school, but like at church there was this other girl that I had a crush on for like the longest time. Not sure if I should tell about it in this video or in the next video, but maybe I'll talk about her in the next video. But yeah, you know, it's just always kind of been like that, you know, on and off. And I would go so far to even like use like dating apps, you know, like Tinder or all the other dumb apps that they have, you know, or other apps that you can like talk or text with people. Yeah, since I really didn't know anybody else to talk to in real life that were girls, you know. And I wasn't like those other guys, you know, that had like game or Riz. I never really had that, you know. Yeah, it's just always kind of been like that since then. And I don't know if it's because like fear, it could be, but also like at the same time there's also like this doubt that I have in me that's just never gonna happen. Like years are just gonna go by. Like I'm gonna be 30 soon, in 5 years, or less than 5 years. I'm gonna be 26 next year in a couple months. And you know, I just feel like I'm so far behind compared to everybody else in my age, you know. Everyone else like in my school grade that graduated with me in high school already have like kids. They're already married or in a relationship. They already have a place in their own, you know. And I'm still alone, living with my parents. I mean, I never even had like a girl like sit right next to me in my car. Like just me, you know. I mean, recently I would go like downtown over there just to talk to girls and only talk to girls. I did spoke with a few. I was successfully able to speak with a few. But others would just like walk away and stuff. And yeah, you know, I've just always had a hard time with that. And yeah, I don't know how to like conquer that. And I need help and advice, guys, in order to do that, you know. Like I'm not rushing it, you know. Like I just wish I met someone a lot sooner, or met someone now, you know, and then eventually get to know them and eventually start dating them and marry them, you know. And yeah, you know, if you guys are interested in like the other girls that I mentioned, I guess, let me know in the comments, you know. I would love to make videos about that. And yeah, does it bring me down sometimes? Yeah. It does make me feel a little less than others, you know. The thing is, I kind of have like really low self-esteem. That's also another issue I have, and another video I really do want to make on low self-esteem, like my struggles with that, you know. And yeah, you know, if you guys are interested in seeing those type of videos, just let me know. I'd be glad to tell you the story of how I met these girls, what I thought at the time, you know, like, oh wow, this could actually happen, but they ended up just rejecting me, you know. And yeah, I've always kind of struggled with that, and I don't know how to improve on that. But yeah, you know, been wanting to make this video for a while now, and yeah, I'm glad I finally was able to do it, you know. Not sure if it's something like brave that I'm doing, just like some random guy in his mid-20s that's never been in a relationship just telling his problems on the internet. But yeah, you know, I'm glad I was able to let that all out, you know, for everyone to see. And yeah, later guys.